You did the remix, or I don't know what you would call it, of Bad Habits with Ed Sheeran. I don't know if that's a remix or remake or what you
Kind of
call it.
remake, yeah, redo, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool, both for you guys and for him, and just a big moment for, I mean, for you guys to work with one of the biggest pop artists on the planet is amazing. How did that come together, and what was the process of working with him?
Um, so we got an email from his management team saying Ed's doing the Brits, opening the Brits in 2 weeks. To bring me want to be his backing band. That was the first email. So I was with Ollie in Brazil at his house, and the first thing was, oh, he was like, oh, I guess they just want you guys to be the band. Like we thought maybe
Right.
they just wanted us as like, unknown,
Yeah.
just the five members to like be on stage and look like his
Right.
band. And to be fair, we were gonna we were gonna say yes anyway.
Sure.
Like, even if it was, I was just like, hell yeah, I want to be in his
Yeah.
backing. I thought it was just like, look like a keyboard player in his
Yeah.
band. And Ollie was like, oh, I guess I'm not going to be in it because he's going to be singing. So maybe they just mean you guys. So we replied and said, oh, is that what you mean? And they came back and said, no, like the actual bring me and Ed Sheeran together thing. And we were like, oh yeah, of course, yeah. So then they sent us through stems of the track. They said, do you want to make a version of it? So they sent us through the stems, and we just, I guess, just rocked it up. You know what I mean? It actually wasn't that hard, really, to be fair. Because
Right.
I mean, the brief really, there wasn't much scope for doing anything too groundbreaking, because it's like it's his song and he's performing it at the Brits, so it needs to sound quite a lot like the song.
Yeah.
And then really, it kind of felt like we just need to do like a kind of bring me light,
Right.
it's the one time where I would say we kind of just did what the real generic bring
Right.
me the horizon type of thing with it, because it's obviously for an audience that
But that's what it called for.
that's what it called for. Yeah, I think it's an audience that probably don't really know what we sound like, so it's like, let's just give them like a nice uh, kind of bit of metalcore-ness,
Right.
a bit of a dun, 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 a little bit of that kind of stuff in there. I guess when we did it, it was like, it actually kind of works. So that's cool. Um, he liked it. We sent him the version. He liked it. And then we rehearsed with him. He come to a rehearsal, and that was cool and weird, surreal. Yeah, he just rocked up and straight in, easy. And then yeah, then we did it. We did it at the O2 Arena, and it was we rehearsed the day before at the O2 Arena. So they do like a full dress rehearsal. And obviously I didn't even know there was what the production was going to be. And there was like people on those string cloth things, like the cloths that you hang on
Yeah.
and spin around. It was like that, and
Right.
fire.
The yeah, the twirly
Yeah, the
things.
twirling things, and then like 50 dancers and all this stuff, and fire. And like benches on the stage, like park bench, like a scene. It was
Hmm.
it was very different. Like Ollie started on a bench, and it was like there was some dancers kind of near him, like, you know, at the beginning, and then they kind of walk off. It was just very different. Um, and then that evening, I think Ed's team were like, as we finished rehearsals, they were like, oh, they were feeling like they were really buzzing off seeing the live thing, I think, and they're like, oh, we want to release the track on his deluxe album. Should we book a studio? And I was just like, well, I've got my shit. I had my stuff there because I roll with my stuff all the time, just
Okay.
in case anything needs to be done. You know what I mean? I always keep my stuff. So I was like, I've got my shit here if you want to just record it now. And he was like, yeah, give me 5 minutes. We'll just go and record it. Because obviously we'd made the version already. It was kind of already done in terms of
Right.
we'd written it in a studio environment. So yeah, we just went backstage and he did 2 takes, and that was it. Easy. Obviously he knows the song. He sings it
Yeah.
perfectly every time. So it was just so easy. Um, yeah, and then the next day did the performance. It was actually live on TV, which we've never really done before, fully live, and it was opening the Brits. So it was totally terrifying. One of the only times I've been physically shaking before a performance.
I mean, you've played arenas and stuff, stadiums before, and this
Yeah,
was
but
still
that's
intimidating.
10,000 people. This is like millions.
Millions.
This is like, you know,
Yeah.
if we fuck it up, or something
Right.
goes badly wrong, and in the opening of the Brits, like everyone I know will know, not just
Yeah,
like
your mom's friends will see it and make fun of you.
every single person will know. Yeah, so it just felt like the
Yeah.
stakes were really high, and also I think because he'd asked us to do it, it just felt like if something goes badly wrong, we'd have really let him down, because it
Yeah.
was like, you know, it was really nice of him to ask, and I just didn't personally, just you just take on that responsibility of like, I don't want this to be a disaster for his sake, because I don't want to look back and be like, what the hell was I thinking? You
Yeah,
know,
because he vouched for you. It's
he
like,
vouched for us,
well,
yeah,
bring these guys.
and
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it feels like. He's in that world, and he's like bringing these smelly people
Dirt
in.
bags in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's kind of what it felt like. So I just that made it more nerve wracking, but in the end, it was cool, and he's a super cool dude. From the, you know, small amount of time I spent with him, he seems so nice.